today is Franklin Ruff. Franklin?
Well, good morning. Vic, I want to say it was a pleasure being able to evaluate you today. And as I looked at your speech, the first thing that I want to point out is a good speech often has a good title because the title is what gets people interested in listening to you before you start to talk. And when we look at this title and we look at the world that we're living in today, everyone is wondering, well, how can I deal with 2020? I heard a comedian say that 2020 is like a magician who pulls a rabbit out of his hat and the rabbit is dead. So we're all looking for ways to deal with these major changes that have taken place in our life. So right from the title, you're getting people's attention. There were a few things that you said that you wanted to address, and one was audible pauses. I thought back to the first speech that I ever heard you give. I remember your first speech, your icebreaker, and I remember the amount of audible pauses that were present in that speech. And I want to say, I don't know how much improvement you were looking for, but the difference between that speech that was given as your icebreaker and today was monumental. The audible pauses, I would say, were unnoticeable, except for someone who's paying attention and looking for them. However, you did use pauses, and you used them effectively, and I'm talking here. You did use pauses, and you used them effectively. I apologize for the cat. Who has now thrown me off. I'm going to try that again. You use pauses and you use them effectively. Also, when I looked at how the nature and the tenor of the speech went, you were very relaxed, and those pauses were effective because of how relaxed you were. Now, as an evaluator, one of the things that we're supposed to do is talk about ways of improvement. And when I think about that, I'm going to admit to you that some of these things in the season that we're in may not be in your control, and that's how we use the technology. I would suggest paying attention to things such as camera angle, if you can. Most of us are sitting in front of a computer. Our desks are only so high. Try to eliminate distractions that might be behind you. And since we're in a season where we're not using a lot of body language, my suggestion would be to frame the face. We don't need to really see the rest of you, but to frame the face within the frame of the picture. Other than that, I want to say, excellent speech, and you hit on all of those things that you said that you wanted to improve on. Thank you much.
Thank you, Frank.